seems as if the games continue here with the chief priests and the leaders of the Roman government and empire. And do you remember when Jesus died? Some leaders of the church had gone to Pontius Pilate and asked him, "Hey, there's talk that he's going to rise from the dead, and we want to make sure, that doesn't happen. We want to make sure nobody comes and steals his body and then says, oh, he raised from the dead. He really was Jesus. So can we seal the tomb?" And they were given permission to, remember, seal the tomb, put a big rock there, seal it in some way, and put guards. And if you remember from Matthew's account of the Easter story, when the earthquake came and the men appeared that looked like lightning and as white as snow, the soldiers kind of fell over in fear. Well, now we see that those soldiers then go to some leaders and tell them everything that had happened. And did you catch it? Did you catch how the leaders wanted to react to this? Right? They did not want people to think that Jesus rose from the dead. Because if people thought that Jesus rose from the dead, then they'd know that these leaders were wrong and Jesus was right. So what do? They pay the soldiers. They bribe them. A bribe is when you get money in return for doing something else. They give money to the soldiers and say, shh, don't tell anyone that this happened. But instead, if someone asks you what happened, tell them that the disciples came and stole the body away. So right here in Scripture, it gives a basis for people who don't want to believe in the resurrection to think that this is not what happened. Right? Because the Bible is the truth, and we know that this is a made-up story, but somehow over the years it gets turned around into truth. And so the soldiers took the money, and anyone that asked them, they were to say that the body was stolen in the middle of the night. If you were those soldiers, would you have taken the money? And even if you would have taken the money, how would this have affected your faith? To have been right there at the tomb and see all of it happened. If you were a soldier, how would that affect you? Write about that and then go on to the next slide.